Okay, just doing a little recap of my trading day today. It was wild. My emotions were a little bit all over the place, which I really have gotten really good about letting that not happen with my emotions. But today it was a little stressful, and I'll go over that. So I guess before I do that, I'll just tell you the strategy that I'm doing. It is called the 10 EMA strategy. It's something I learned from a company called Real Life Trading. I'll probably talk about, at a different time. So really quickly, it's really simple. Let's say you want to go long. You would wait. I'm on the 3-minute chart. You basically would wait for the first new bear candle to open and close above the 10 EMA on the 3-minute. So this little blue line here you see is my 10 EMA. So today was a bear day, but if you waited, this candle right here, let me zoom in a little more, was a new reset candle because it was the first bear candle to open and close above that blue line, which is the 10 EMA. So how you would really enter is you would enter above this candle and you would place your, stop, somewhere below these lows here. I probably would do something like that. And typically with this strategy, you hold for anywhere from 1.2 Rs to 1.3. I'll talk about holding for more based on what I've seen with this strategy. But yeah, that's if you want to go long. That's just if you want to go short, it's literally the reverse. You wait for the first new bull candle opening and closing below the 10 EMA on whatever time frame you're on. But I'm doing the 3-minute. So in this case, like if you were to trade the first hour, you actually had a setup right here. You could place your stop above here. I mean, you could do here. That's really high. Even this is really large for the stop. I like to do anywhere from like the 50s to like 75 a lot of times for the stop. And again, you would hold for 1.2 to 1.3, which that worked out really good. Now that's the 10 EMA strategy. Really simple. Now, I met someone named Calvin Williams in Real Life Trading. Shout out Calvin. He kind of has more like of an advanced version of this, which I really like. And it is what led me to get funded with Apex pretty quickly. So this pink line you see here is the 50 EMA on the hourly. So I'm looking at it on the 3-minute. Basically, a strategy is if we are above this pink line, look for longs and only longs. It doesn't matter how good a short setup looks, just to kind of like really start getting disciplined with the strategy and just like executing when you see it and almost becoming kind of mechanical in a way. Only look for longs. So I've been really practicing that. If you're below the pink line, only look for shorts and only take those. I really like that. And then another one of his rules is he does not trade the first hour. He says that he's bad at trading the first hour. And I heard him say it and I'm like, I'm just going to do what he does. Okay. I'm not going to trade the first, because I have noticed that too with the 10 EMA strategy. You can get like really messed up trading the first hour sometimes. For me, it's from 8:30 to 9:30 is the first hour of the stock market open. And what's crazy about his rules is usually right around 9:30. It's really crazy. Whether we are above this pink line or below it, there usually is a setup taking place. So as you can see, like this candle here was the first bull candle to open and close below this 10 EMA. So that was my setup. Now I will tell you, I was a little hesitant to take this one because we had come down so far already on MNQ. And like yesterday, we kind of had this same type of thing around 9:30ish. Like I said, here's the setup. I took it, and I mean, this was like the fastest trade I've had so far. It was great. Wish I would have held for more. Wow. So we've already come down so far to me. So I was like, And even before, like somewhere around here, I was like, it would be great if like, I know I'm only looking for shorts. I was like, I kind of don't want to get in down here. I kind of wanted price to come up and then show me a 10 EMA setup to the downside. I said, that's just my emotions. I'm just going to take it. But really, that was wisdom. That was wisdom that I ignored, but it's okay. So I got stopped out pretty fast on this one for 1 Rs. I probably should have lowered my stop, but I like to a lot of times just give the trade like a lot of room sometimes to work. Initially, in the 10 EMA strategy, you move your stops about every 20 minutes, I believe. I have found through back trading and stuff like that, I don't quite like that rule. I find that when you're like winning, a lot of times the first 20 minutes, you move your stop. A lot of times the stock will go back up and literally stop you out before rolling over in your direction you want it to go. So it's kind of like by feel to me, or I like wait for the next pivot or S curve or whatever you want to call it. So I got stopped out, but I was pretty confident. I was like, okay, well, this is kind of what I wanted to happen anyways. If I see a 10 EMA, then I'll take it. Gave it to me down here, which is cool. Set my stop. And this worked out really fast right away. And initially, I was actually wanting to hold for 1.7 Rs, which is not, I don't usually practice that even when I'm back trading this strategy. Sometimes I do when I lose on a trade like this early in the day. So that's kind of what happened. I lost this full R and I sort of wanted to get it back. And I was pretty confident that if I got a 10 EMA setup, that we would go down, further. And I'll explain that even more. But so I wanted to hold for 1.7 to just, make a little money, make a little money today. Here's the thing about holding for more than 1.2 or 1.3 with this particular strategy. Once you start getting to like 1.4, 1.5, there is some sort of like retracement and like pullback or whatever, or S curve you have to usually sit through. And if you can handle it, great. But that's also usually a point where you're about to find out if you're going to get stopped out. So a lot of times the 1.2, 1.3 is just a real easy like win. You just get out. But if you want to hold for more, usually again, there is some type of pullback and so I knew that and I was okay with that. I thought maybe we would come like right here and go, but it went a lot higher than I thought. And I was like, oh my God, PTSD was kicking in because on Tuesday, the same thing, below the pink line right here, took this setup. It was great. Stop was a little high. But anyways, I wanted to try to hold for 1.5 Rs here. And that did not happen. Again, I knew going past 1.2, I have it marked off. You're going to see some type of reversal a lot of time, or at least what I've seen. And sometimes it'll roll back over in your direction and sometimes it doesn't. So this day I didn't and I lost 0.5 Rs. So I was like, oh my God, this is happening again. I literally could have exited for, my 1.2, would have got the R back and made a very little money on the day. But whatever, I just was like, you know what, whatever. I moved my stop to 0.7 Rs and I walked away. I went to wash the dishes. I was like, I can't be here looking at this. I had alerts going off. So started seeing this on my phone and was like, okay, yeah, I'm probably going to get stopped down. I don't know. But then I started seeing alerts saying we're going down, we're going down. I'm like, okay, this is great. This is great. When this started happening, this area of consolidation, this is where I was saying my emotions were crazy. I was like, this again, PTSD from Tuesday, I want to get out. But I was like, I'm just going to try to stay strong. I moved my stop to 0.5 Rs. And instead of just getting out or just freaking out too much, I decided not to hold for 1.7. So I came back and moved it to 1.59, 1.6R. And I got out right here. Of course, a little longer. My 1.7R target did get hit, but I didn't care. I was like, and I was too stressed. I usually don't get that stressed. But again, I knew I was holding for more than 1.2 or 1.3. And I knew like, okay, like I could deal with some chop. I could deal with the crazy S curve. At somewhere around this point, I drew this little channel and that kind of made me feel a little better. But yeah, I was just, I don't know. I was just really freaking out. So again, I did not want Tuesday to happen. I did not want Tuesday to happen again. You can even see in my notes, if you pause and read, you'll kind of see what I was thinking. Also, some more insight on why I felt okay, like wanting to go short after all this. We've already had some bear days. When we were at the open, I was like, okay, we're below the pink line. I can only look for shorts. I'm okay with that. And I thought, so if I'm going to get in, where would I want to hold to? And before this candle really developed, I chose this spot, which is basically the rest of this little small gap fill. You see there's a gap here. It didn't quite fill it all the way. I just chose this level. And as you can see here, that's actually initially like on this particular trade, I set this little green line here. That was the same level I chose here on the 24-hour chart, but didn't get it. And that's another reason why I got so emotional around here, because I was like, okay, I said what I wanted before this even happened. I wanted to ride this down. If I could do it like a little past this line, that's great. That's why I was trying to go for 1.7. But this is what I wanted. Am I being too greedy? And I said, yeah, maybe I am. So that's another reason why I moved my target. But as you can see, it wasn't too much longer after it did like definitely pull back. And if I wouldn't have got out there 1.7, it would have held for more or whatever, then I would have probably just walked away with like a real small win, which that'd have been okay, but that's not what I wanted. I was like, right now, I've got what I wanted. So in my Apex account, let me refresh it actually. Log in. This is where I'm at so far. So I've traded 6 days in my PA account, just shy of $1,000. My goal is to get to $3,000 before I request a withdrawal. I want a good amount of wiggle room in this account. I'm about $500 away from being eligible to request a payout, but I just kind of want more of a cushion when I do withdraw money. So we'll see. That's where I'm at so far. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, comment if you want, and stay tuned.